Hey, if you want to learn how to become an independent filmmaker or a filmmaker in general, I've got a book which I wrote with a buddy of mine. It's called Zan Azli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking. You can actually buy it off of here. I'm going to put the link down here at my website, fatbidin.com. It's only a couple of ringgit, and it's really good because it has many different chapters, the process of filmmaking, and each chapter I interview a Malaysian filmmaker who gives advice and tips of from their experience. So yeah, yay, link is down here. Yay. Okay, so we are we are shooting this. We are showing you a review of a film that we have gone to watch. We went to the premiere, which was like right before the MCO, before the lockdown that Malaysia had to go through. So the movie had an official premiere. We were invited to the premiere, but then after that lockdown, cinemas closed down. So the movie was never seen in the cinemas, right? Okay, and the movie is Eye on the Ball lah.
Yeah.
It's about Harimau Buta, the blind football team, right?
Of Malaysia.
Yeah, the Malaysian blind football team. And now, after 3 months have gone by, the cinemas are now going to reopen on the 1st of July.
With some strict SOPs.
Strict SOPs. Do we know the SOPs yet?
Not
We,
yet.
we don't know
I think
details,
so.
yeah. We don't know details of how the SOP is going to be like for cinemas to reopen. But the minister, senior minister, Ismail Sabri has said that, you know, these venues will be limited to 250 people. But depending on the size, of course, which is
You
smaller.
can already bet on social distancing.
Yeah, definitely social distancing. You got to wear masks, you got to take your temperature, you got to register and all that. But other than that, we don't know. We'll find out after 1st of July. But, you know, we know that this film is good and it should be released anyway. They have released a press release.
They released a press release.
Yes. Saying that the producers, of course, which is the star, released a press release saying
To say that the film is postponed. The premiere of the film was postponed. But this was
the premiere happened, but the release of the cinema of the film into the cinemas has been postponed, and they will only discuss later on to see when it will be the right time to release it.
So hopefully it will be released soon.
I hope it will be
reopening
released.
of the cinemas because it's a really good film.
Yeah, it's a good film. I guess watch the review. Okay, you are watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shahim Sawan.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it.
Yes.
And this week, did I do it again? Mask over your name. Anyway, we had the premiere of a feature documentary that's going to be released. It's called Eye on the Ball, directed by Wen. Yeah. So
yeah, that's it. We're here. A lot of people are here.
Okay, we just got back from the premiere. No, we got back last night. From the premiere of Eye on the Ball.
You want to sing Eye of the Tiger, don't you?
No.
Oh.
No, I would not, dishonor that song for
Eye on the Ball.
Eye on the Ball.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, I will not. This doesn't mean we don't like the film. Okay, so describe what the film is all about. It's a documentary, right?
No, okay, so we went to the premiere.
Yeah.
And then we got to see some of the players and the coach and the director.
Tell them what the documentary is about first.
I thought we were going to show them the clip first.
Oh yeah, we were at the premiere. Okay, so here is some
clips from
the premiere.
To invite the director of the show, Wen, Ian Lee, who's the executive producer of Rage, and a couple of the production crew as well, Wong Chin Ho, and of course, John Hafiz.
Siapa mau asli? Silakan.
Hello guys, thank you guys for coming. First of all, I would like to, if you recognize, okay fine. Okay, kalau korang perasan dalam movie tu,
Ay tak dapat main pun dalam game mana-mana. Tapi this documentary is not about the three of us, but it's for the whole team. So give a round of applause for the whole team. There. So, first of all, thank you for Ian and Wen. This is for the first time they approached us. We actually thought that this is gonna be like the 5-minute documentary, and we're gonna upload it into YouTube, and we're gonna watch it, and they say, yeah, that's good. Yeah, but so the very first time they announced that this is gonna be in the cinema, we were like, what? Because we didn't expect it's gonna be this big, and you guys gonna be watching this with us and seeing the real us. So thank you guys for coming here too, and thank you for my teammates for making this documentary a reality. Thank you very much.
Start dreaming, don't stop hoping, because I think it's good to dream, and we tell the blind community to dream as well. People ask me, how can a blind person dream when they didn't even see anything in the first place? Well, they certainly can hear, and the messages that we keep telling them, let's go to the World Cup, these are things that they dream and they want to do in their lives. So anyone there with a special needs child is like, don't stop hoping. There's a lot of things that we can do. Sports is one of it, and I just hope the best for the disabled community in sports in Malaysia. We're doing this. One has decided to document this into a film to show the journey, and they never gave up. We were almost there to the World Cup. Just too bad. Thank you.
We'll get there one day. Do you agree? Do you agree we'll be at the World Cup one day? Yes or no?
Okay.
Okay, thank you to the staff for inviting us.
Yeah,
It was very nice
thank you.
to
It was
watch
very nice.
the film.
Yeah.
Alright, so what is the film about?
The film is Eye on the Ball. It's about Malaysia's blind football team, right? And here's the thing, right? I find it hilarious, and I think it's great. It's the fact that how our senior football team, our actual, I don't want to say actual because they are the actual
Also football
So
players,
our
yes.
senior able-bodied
National
football
football
team
players.
are known as Harimau
Malaya.
and our junior national football team is known as Harimau Muda. The blind Malaysian football team is known as Harimau Buta. Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah, they said it. It's great. I like the way I like how they, inject a very, very humor into how they call themselves. Yeah, I agree. They don't take themselves too seriously.
Okay.
Right.
So the film is set in 2017.
Yeah.
And
It's directed by
Ewan,
Mm.
who is also at the Rage.
Yep.
And so it's set in 2017, just before they go for the Asian Para Games, which was hosted by Malaysia
the
that year.
ASEAN.
ASEAN Para
SEA Games.
Para SEA Games, which was hosted by Malaysia that year.
And Malaysia was the defending champions.
Malaysia was the defending champions, and so it starts off with them training for that lah.
Yep.
And
They eventually lose.
then they start pulling out certain players to feature. So there's a Sabahan from Kudat.
His name is Roland.
There is
A
boys from Johor.
A Bugis
Two
from
bros.
Sempang Renggam.
Two bros from Johor.
What's his name?
Asri.
Asri.
And Kenchut.
Kenchut from Pontian. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and he's an orphan. I
Anak
think.
yatim.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So
And then of course the coach.
and then
Coach
there's
Sunny.
the coach Sunny.
Right? Yeah.
So they lose the ASEAN Para SEA Games.
Which everybody knows.
And then
They didn't
go
lose lah.
on
They got
to-
bronze. They
they
did
go
not
on-
manage to
They got
defend the
third
goal.
place.
They got third place.
They
bronze.
lose lah. They got third place.
Yeah. Well, basically you lose to the first and second place.
And then
Yes.
they go on for the World Cup qualifier.
Yeah.
And they
didn't.
kind of going to make it.
It's
and they
very
lost.
dramatic. Yeah.
They lost.
Lost.
We won't tell you how they lost lah because you gotta watch it. But
Well,
yeah.
or you can Google like old newspaper
Yeah,
articles and you find
sure,
out.
Yeah. Okay, but basically they lost by 1 point lah. I might as well tell you then. But I guess the newspaper article won't show you how they felt when they lost lah, which we kind of felt yesterday lah.
Yeah.
So basically that's what it's about. It's about these bunch of bros
Who play blind football. I
And,
never knew that there was blind football.
the kind of thing
Yeah.
the kind of things that they consider, the kind of stuff that they have to think about, the kind of challenges that they have. It's very insightful. So I guess now we're talking about what we think about the film. Okay, I thought it was very insightful. I thought, like you said, we never knew that there was blind football. I also never knew that there was blind football.
I knew when they started making this film and I was aware of this film for a couple of years back already when they first started to pitch this idea to funders and all that. Yeah.
You can sort of see in the film that a lot of Malaysians also don't know about blind football because the stadiums that they play in are all empty. Even though they're
Nobody
going,
goes to watch these matches.
even though they're going up against like South Korea and Iran and things like that. It's quite sad lah. I thought it was a very insightful film. I thought it had very good characters. But, so they tell you from the very beginning that this film is an effort to raise funds so that they can have their own
training center.
training center.
Because right now they are at the normal Paralympic para
Malaysian
athletes
Sports Council?
MSN, Malaysian Sports
Council,
Majlis Sukan Negara.
Majlis Sukan
Right?
Negara.
And they train there.
Council lah, yeah, correct.
And which is the training center for all the national athletes, actually, you know.
But they have to like share the field. They don't really get a lot of time. They need a very specific
dimension
of the field,
which the sports center,
they
the center doesn't have. Yeah.
So they're lacking a lot of resources to sort of help the team become better. There's also not enough money, I think.
They say like not enough money for training and facilities, but they all get a salary.
Yeah, but
they're all getting a salary, which
but
I have to say. Yeah, of course, it's
so
all
it's
contracted,
like,
definitely.
If they don't, like, they didn't win, right? They didn't get to go to the World Cup. So then they all became part-time players again. Something like that one.
So how it works is that if you're selected for training, you're in a national squad, whether you get selected to be listed in the team or not, you will get a salary. And this has been actually gazetted by the Ministry of Sports when Khairi Jamaluddin was the sports minister. And before he became the sports minister, I think this is important to note, is that able-bodied athletes and OKU athletes, the para athletes, right? They had a difference in pay, right? But
he equalized
Khairi made it equal lah, right? So that was great. That was great. You know, so they do get paid. But yeah, if they get dropped and they don't follow training anymore, they're out lah.
Yeah, like any normal, there's no exceptions lah. It's like, you know. So they're using this film to try to raise funds to build their own training center. Given that was the aim, I felt like the film could have done more to sort of show the great need for that. They picked the 3 characters, right? Out of the 3 characters, I felt like only 4 characters lah, plus the coach. Only 2 of them really presented a strong case as to why we should have a training center for these athletes, emotionally and also practically, you know. The coach and the Asri, because he obviously didn't get the medical attention that he needed to continue playing, because he injured himself and then he couldn't play both games. But he is actually a very dedicated player. He's very good, he's very talented, but he had an injury like 2 days before the ASEAN Paris Games, and then he couldn't play, and then they couldn't afford to pay for his surgery.
I don't think it was that.
Yeah, what? He said later on.
No, he was waiting for a decision from the Sports Council.
Oh, okay.
Because the Sports Council has all the doctors and all that.
Oh, okay. My
for
mistake
them,
then.
you know. So he said he was talking to his mother. They haven't decided whether they're going to bear the cost of the surgery or do the surgery or not.
Yeah.
So he said if it happens, then he will be out of commission for a while, and if it doesn't happen, then he will have that injury.
Forever. Yeah. So I really felt for him lah, and I really felt like, maybe if they had more resources, they had more funds, then his injury could have been tended to better, and and even the coach was saying like the doctors kept telling him that it was okay, then suddenly he needs to go for surgery. So I don't know, I felt like maybe better medical care would have helped him slightly more.
For that part, I I would say that it could have just been the frustration of a coach. Because we don't hear anything from the doctors, medical side and all that, right? This is just the frustration of a coach who's very dedicated to wanting his players
so
to
that
play.
was the second thing, the coach, right? This bro, Coach Sunny, is like heart and soul into this, and he oozes it through he's only like a quarter, maybe half of the film, and like every frame that he's in, right, you can see that he's passionate about it, you can see that he cares about it, and I would willingly give him like all of money if I could, but I can't because I have children. Because you can really see that he really is trying to make a difference, and he's really like dedicated to it lah. The other two bros, yeah, they are national football players and everything, but they don't really seem to have the drive, and you don't really feel compelled to help them lah, emotionally. Like the Sabah, Roland basically said that he came out of Kudat because there was nothing he could do as a blind person in Kudat, and he came to KL to find opportunity, and then football was just one of it. And then Kinchot, he seems very all over the place, like play also can, don't play also can, but doesn't have the drive or discipline to really commit to it also. So if anything, he shows you why you shouldn't invest in them, because then, you know, they're just going to piss it away anyway. So while I like the diversity of the characters, I didn't like, if the film really was to raise funds, I feel like it didn't really serve the full purpose lah. But it was very realistic, and it was very holistic in the sense that it featured the different sides of everybody. So that was kind of good. Yeah.
Okay, I enjoyed the film. I thought it was great storytelling. I enjoyed all the characters. I thought all the characters were great, and each character portrayed a certain aspect of blind football. Right? If a film was meant to raise funds, then it would be a corporate propaganda film, and it should be made as that. Right now, this is what I feel, is that this is a film about blind football. It's not set out to say that blind football is the best thing ever to happen to the country or for blind people or anything like that. And it, as much as it's trying to promote the sport, I don't think the film was meant to be show the best side of the sport totally, so that people, okay, I watch this film to give money, right? I think it was to create awareness, and hey, just to let you all know that the proceeds will go towards helping build this facility. If anything, during the press conference, the coach was trying to promote that, trying to get garner support for a facility, a training center, right? A training facility specifically for blind football, right? But I don't see the film as being like that. The film is just a film to me, and if anybody were to go to the cinema to pay a ticket, they should go because they want to watch the film. And if yes, it can contribute, then great. Because if you make a film to preach, right, to get people to actually donate and pay money for that purpose, then it will come out like that movie that we saw about Perkeso,
the OKU one.
Yeah, and then the movie about the wheelchair racing. There was a movie about autism. Remember? It becomes preachy lah. And I think the film was not preachy.
Yeah, but if you can already make a film like that, not preachy, but to serve that purpose that,
But that's
the film was intended to be made for, wouldn't you?
I don't think that it was intended to be like that.
Oh, okay lor.
Yeah, I
then
think
that's fair lah.
I think it wasn't intended. Yes, we'll have it. We'll have that aspect of it where the proceeds, half part of the proceeds go towards that, and it's a good cause and all that, which is fine. But I don't think that was the end all and be all of the film lah. Right? So in that sense, when I watch the film, all four characters that were in the film represented something that was different, to show that there are many aspects of blind football.
Which I said also.
Yeah, of course. And I felt that like, who's the guy? The very smart guy who can speak English and all that. Asri is a very smart guy, very talented. He from young already, he knows that just because he's blind doesn't mean he can't do anything, and he can do anything that anybody else can do, even play football. And eventually he goes to university to study language, right? And then you've got the coach who's very passionate, and I like the coach, like you, right? Because he's like so passionate about helping people. And his wife also, and I wish they had featured the
Yeah,
wife more.
dude, his
The
wife.
wife is like crying when they lose and all that, and the coach is telling stories about what the wife advised him to teach all these young people who are disabled but want to play football and all that. The documentary should have featured the wife.
Yeah,
You
it was
know?
a slightly unfocused.
Yeah.
As to like, okay, you're showing all aspects of it, but I felt like maybe they should have zoomed in on the more dynamic characters a little bit more. Like like the wife, right? So you literally film her for like a good 2 minutes just crying.
Yeah, I know. You should have showed
But then we don't
showed
know.
more of her.
Yeah, what is
Why
the
is she
motivation
so
behind it? Why is she
dedicated?
so
Why is
dedicated?
she so committed? Yeah.
she could,
And what role does she play? You know, in all of this.
Yeah.
You know, so I would have
She's
liked
at
that.
every game. She's at every game, which is not. I mean, I guess it could be normal, could not be, but she doesn't have to be technically. And she's so into it that she's weeping.
Yep.
When they're losing. So yeah.
And then you have Kenchot, right? Kenchot, you say that what he doesn't show that football because you can do any. He's not
No,
even
he seems
dedicated.
very all over the place, yeah.
He's not even dedicated to football, so he doesn't serve the purpose of showing how great blind football is, right?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say
Okay,
that
what
he
did you say?
didn't show how great blind football is. I said that it doesn't serve the purpose of raising the funds for the training center. Because like, yeah, but I also added after that it is good that she showed all aspects of it, which is exactly what you said.
Okay, so like Kenchot, for me, the character played a very important role because here's a person who didn't know anything in life except for football. Because remember there was an interview, he said, saya ni suka bola. Saya suka bola, saya fikir bola, saya nak main bola. Daripada hobi, tiba-tiba boleh jadi kerjaya. You know? And he lives football. Sekarang hidup saya adalah bola. You know? But then, he's so undisciplined that he lost it. Isn't it? Which is actually, to me, it shows like in any sports, in any professional sports, you have these athletes who are like really talented and they really love the sport, but because of their lack of discipline and lack of commitment to it, they lose it, you know. And there's so many professional players like Maradona, for example. You know, he's so talented, he loves football, but because of his lack of discipline, career ended early. You know, became a drug addict, and then got involved with gangsters and all that, and you know, disgraced lah. You know, so to me, Kenchot represented that lah. And then there was that Roland who is from Sabah, right? He is somebody who is like, I just want to be a normal person. If it means being a telephone operator, okay lah, I'll be a telephone operator. I can make a living. If it's to be a football player, okay lah, I'll be a football player. To be a, you know, and I can make a living. If either one doesn't work out, I can fall back onto something else. Which is what his parents, when they go back to his kampung in Sabah in the documentary, his parents are also saying that, you know, as long as he can stand on his own 2 feet, when we're gone, he can take care of himself, we're happy. Right? So I thought it showed all those aspects. And I like that. I like all the characters in the film. But I also felt that the film was lacking something, which I cannot pinpoint. You know? Something, I know after we watched the film, we were talking about the grandness. It felt like it wasn't, there was no grandness, there was no, I want to say oomph or X factor, but it sounds so cliche. Right? Something that is just, how to describe that? I don't know. Yeah, but overall, I thought it was a good film. You know. So, what would you say? Would you tell people to watch this film?
Yeah, I would tell you to watch this film because there aren't a lot of good Malaysian documentaries that come out in the cinema. So watch this film because there aren't a lot of good feature docs that come out from Malaysia, or at least not in the cinema anyway. We talked about the grandness because you were comparing it to M for Malaysia.
Yes.
And compared to M for Malaysia, it falls a little bit flat. But I said that I felt that there was a little bit of that sort of indie, not cinematic-y feel to it, which I kind of liked. So, but I also did say that it could have used a little bit more music, because that was what was a little bit flat for me. Because usually when there's no music, there's a lot of real sound to complement or to make it a little bit more dynamic, to tell you what's going on or color the story a little bit more. This one didn't really have that lah. There was a lot of dialogue, but there wasn't a lot of like ambient sound or like, I don't know, ball kicking or cheering or whatever to make up for the lack of music lah.
There was no cheering, but I like the fact that I found out how blind football is played. You know that in blind football, there is one person from the team who is able-bodied who stand behind the opponent's goal post.
Yeah.
And he will tap the goal post to tell people, okay, this is the right side of the post, this is the left post,
Yeah.
right? And I'm behind in the center. And he will guide the blind players of where to kick and try to score.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
Right? And I heard Coach Sunny also like screaming, teaching them like instructions of how to listen for the ball and how to give instructions to each other, which was, I think, very insightful. You know? The edginess and the rawness or the indiness of the film, I remember we talked about this after the film also, is that if you watch films by Sean Langan and Sean McAllister where they are like one-man crew and they're shooting, holding a handheld camera and they're in the car and all that, very raw, still when you watch those films, it kind of shows like a certain grandness to the story or grandness to the way the story is told, you know, which this film to me lacked lah.
Yeah,
Huh?
so I guess it falls back on direction lah. What kind of style and what kind of direction did the director want? So I guess this was supposed to be more simplistic. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a bad film.
No, it's not a bad
So-
film at all. It's yeah.
Yeah, so do go and watch it. It's very, very insightful. It's nothing. It hasn't really been done here, I would say, in cinema. Would you say that? No, maybe.
Cinema, no, but documentaries
Yeah,
like this
cinema
have
lah,
been done,
cinema
have been
lah,
done a
anyway.
lot lah,
So-
like on TV and all that lah. Yeah.
So it's better than the other OKU film that we saw last year. So or the Picasso film that we saw. So
It's way better
definitely
than-
go and watch.
It's way better than a lot of films we saw lah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot
Yeah.
from fiction to non-fiction. It's a good film.
Yep. So
Yeah.
go watch the film tomorrow on the 19th
Yes.
of March. Let us know what you think. Hey, is it tomorrow or today? Do we release this on Thursdays?
Thursdays.
Oh, then you go watch
Okay,
it
we'll
today.
watch it.
Go watch it today.
You see, you know, when we record things early,
Sorry.
you know.
Go
we-
watch
we
it
get-
today.
Yeah.
Okay, it's out today on the 19th of March.
Or you could be watching this episode like
We're releasing
after
it.
the 19th of March,
Yeah.
you know, then go and watch it because it's already in the cinemas.
Yeah. So, yeah. So 19th of March. Yeah, today. Watch it today in the cinemas.
Then let us know what you
Let
think.
us know what you think.
Yeah. Tell me if you like the characters.
Yeah.
Or
so-
don't like the characters. Or if you are willing to go and watch a game. Because I feel it's so sad to see that
Yeah,
nobody
that
go
nobody
watches
knows
these
it,
games.
yeah.
You know?
But how? I don't know. We don't even know when these games are played.
Yeah, because it's not popular, so the media also doesn't want to highlight
exactly
it. You know,
lor.
it's
So
a chicken and egg kind of thing.
Chicken and egg thing lah.
Yeah.
So alright. So let us know what you think. Comment, like,
Yeah.
don't like, but whatever you do,
Share,
subscribe. Share this video.
Follow us on all
Follow us on
social media
social media
platforms.
At FatBidin.
At FatBidin
Or
and
go to fatbidin.com to get everything.
get everything.
I am Syah Ustawan.
Oh my god, we're like cute.
No,
Yeah,
you
we're
are not cute. You are absolutely not cute at all. And he's Zan Azli.
I'm Zan Azli. I'm assuming
Bye.
I'm Zan Azli.